there. I am trying to talk in a higher voice now. I'm not sure how long I can do it. I'm just giving it a try, I don't know why, but this accent too is a little difficult for me, but I'm trying to cultivate a more girly way of talking. And also I need to laugh in a more, I don't know, light, feminine, bubbly kind of laugh, It's like this. I found a man. Yeah, I found a man who loves me. He says he loves me so much. He loves me so much. And it gives me goosebumps how much he loves me. It gives me feel all warm and tingly all over that he loves me so much. But he can't want me right now. He just doesn't want me right now. He says, he will want me. There are some conditions that first I have to meet before he will want me. So even though he loves me and everything, which is just completes my world. It just does. It completes my world. I don't even know. I can't even tell you how much better it feels knowing that somebody wants. Well, I can't say he wants me. Somebody loves me so much. But yeah, he's got these things. I can't talk like I used to because, I naturally have a little bit of a lower voice, and he says a girl should talk in a kind of a higher voice, sound more feminine and vulnerable and, childlike. So you should talk a little bit more girly. And he likes Southern accents. He's not from the South, but he likes Southern accents. He's big Scarlett O'Hara kind of guy. He wants a Southern belle kind of a woman, so he wants me to try to cultivate a more southern kind of way of speaking. And so I'm not from the South either, so this is as good as I can do, right? But I'll work on it because I want him to want me so much. So there's other rules too. It's going to be kind of difficult for me. I can't wear hats. Can't wear hats like this anymore. It says this is a man's hat. This is a man's hat. Men would wear something like that. A woman has no right wearing that kind of hat. Although he does think a woman should cover her head. He's kind of old-fashioned that way. He thinks a woman should cover her head and, be quiet and not really speak until she's spoken to, and definitely not try to tell a man what's what. Just, a woman should bow to a man's greater wisdom and insights and logic. That definitely there's more logic there in the man's brain than in a woman's brain. That's fact. That's scientifically proven. So at least that's what he says. That's another thing. He doesn't want me looking things up anymore. He doesn't want me looking things up on Google. He doesn't want me, researching and reading other things. He just wants me to read one book. He's given me this one book, and that's it. That's what he wants me to read, because he tells me if I read this one book, it'll make me more womanly, more like I'm supposed to be, because, more acceptable. Yeah, and part of that includes the way I walk. I can't walk the way I normally walk. I have to walk more like I'm walking a little bit on a tightrope. He kind of demonstrated it kind of funny, but that's what he wants me to do. He wants me to walk, which makes my butt jiggle, But he likes that. He likes that a lot. So walking like I'm on a tightrope so my butt jiggles is important to him. And also that I wear dresses and skirts. No more jeans, no more pants for me. I have to start wearing high heels too, which is going to really hurt my legs. I'm not used to wearing heels. I kind of have this thing about my high, little self-conscious thing going on. And he says, nope, you got to wear heels. You got to dress like a proper woman now. And in addition to all that, there's all this other work I have to do. I have to lose like 50 pounds, and gotta go get some liposuction. There's lots of liposuction that needs to be done here and there, especially right. He is really he doesn't like women with flabby necks like this. He's like he wants me to look like I'm, you know, he says 25 is as old as he wants me to look. So I got to do some major work because obviously I'm not 25. Oh, and that's this wig too. This is not my real hair. I know that's hard for you to believe, but this is not my real hair. This is a wig. And this is how he wants me to look. He wants me to have, he doesn't like my old hair, because you know when you get older your hair gets kind of stringy and wiry and stuff. You start looking like an old hag, you know. He doesn't like the old hag look. He wants to have someone who looks hot, you know, and apparently, you know, I'm just so lucky that he will work with me rather than just go for a younger woman, because that's what most men will do. They'll just go for a younger woman. They've already got all these things, but you know, he wants to work with me. I guess I'm like that mud fence, you know. He thinks he can make it into a white picket fence or whatever the hell. So, oh, and I can't swear anymore. No more saying hell. So yeah, I have lots of working to do. No more well, I just have to learn to love celery and carrots and all that there rabbit food, you know, because I need to lose weight. So I need to lose weight, and I need a liposuction, yeah, and the wigs, obviously, because I don't know, he's talking about maybe replacing my hair. I don't know if that's possible, but that's what he wants. So yeah, there's possible there, and maybe some plastic surgery, you know, on like 99% of my body. Plastic surgery, major plastic surgery. Yeah. So it's a lot to take in, and of course I have to completely change all my clothes. He doesn't like anything that I wear. He doesn't like the way he doesn't like the way my sense of humor. He thinks it's just better for me to keep quiet if I think something's funny, and not try to tell any jokes or anything, because he doesn't think that that's womanly. He thinks that telling jokes is definitely not womanly. So, you know, there's a lot of work I have to do before he will accept me and want me. I mean, it's you know, the fact that he loves me so much, just the way I am, is huge. It's huge. It's like, oh my goodness, I will do anything. I will do anything to keep that in my life. You know, his love completes me. So, you know, it's a little thing for me to try to do all these things to get him to want me. Of course, the bad part about all this is if I can't do all these things to get him to want me, he told me I've got 6 months to get all this together, get my shit together, and get myself all young looking and skinny and hot and everything. And if I can't get it accomplished in 6 months, rather than wanting me, because he's just going to run me over with a big truck. He's got a truck out the back, great big old semi truck. It's got huge wheels on it. He showed it to me. He said, "Here, see this truck here? If you can't get yourself right in 6 months, I'm going to run you right over with this truck. And if you think that's bad, then I'm going to back up the truck a couple times back and forth until you're just like not even there anymore," which sounds really grotesque. I don't know how I'm going to get along after that, you know, how I'm going to get along with that, you know, with getting through my day after I've been run over a few times with this big old semi. But yeah, so that's the deal. I have to keep his love. I have to change. I have to change, and I have such little time to do it. And I have to, even more importantly, I have to really want to change in every way. I have to completely want all these things and despise the way I am, absolutely despise the way I currently am, and shun the way I currently am, and only want to be all these other things. And you know, if I don't get to that point in 6 months, I'm gonna be running over by this truck, and I just feel so. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. It's just I'm gonna have to like run 100 miles every day, and I don't know. You know, I don't. There's always so much a good old liposuction can do. I know. I mean, maybe they'll use a giant machine. You know, I don't know what those liposuctions are like, but maybe that for me they have to haul out like one of those, I'm thinking, I can't think of what exactly they're called, shop vacs, you know, those big shop vacuum cleaners. Yeah, that's what they might have to do with me. Anyway, so that's all. I was going to mention that this guy's name, because I know you guys are all probably thinking, wow, you know, this is she's got a lot to do. But if you know, if you knew this guy, if you knew who this guy is, you know, you'd understand the importance of wanting him to want you. You know, and you want to be accepted by this guy. You want to be accepted. You really do. You know, you want his love, because if you're lucky enough to get his love, you're going to want to change. You're going to want to do all these things as fast as possible. So, you know, you do all the right things so you're accepted. So you're considered to be real. You want to be real more than anything. You don't want to be accused of not wanting it enough, you know. So yeah, that guy, my man, that's God. That's God and Jesus. That's his other name, Jesus. Yeah, that's his name. Yeah, he's fixing to see me change, or I'm just not going to be, anyway, I guess I won't be worthy. But he loves me. He loves me so much. So, anyway, I got to get to it. I got to get to work. I have a lot of dieting and liposuctioning to do. So, if you've been watching, thanks. Bye.
Okay, so Romeo and Juliet is this totally sweet love story about these two star-crossed lovers, Romeo and Juliet. So one night Juliet meets Romeo at this party, right? And it's totally like... But meanwhile their families are all...
I hate you! No, stop! What'd you say to me?
So they can't... Without... So Romeo ninjas his way into Juliet's courtyard, all like... And he's totally sweet-talking her, just like...
What rights were you doing their brains?
And she's like...
Romeo! Romeo!
And so he's just like...
Hey, I'm down here.
Anyway, then Romeo gets banished, which makes Juliet like... So that everybody thinks she's all... But that makes Romeo all... Which makes Juliet all... And that's like the saddest love story ever, so let's just say they woke up. Their parents became best friends, and they drove off in this really cute convertible, had like 10 million babies, and lived happily ever after. The end.